Good morning, gentlemen. I'm going to focus now on America. America, as you know, is in turmoil. Donald Trump faced an assassination attempt, and a lot of weird theories are going around that the American intelligence agencies had some knowledge of this visit, of this assassination attempt. I won't comment on it because I got no proof myself. All I can say is what I've read. Because a boy climbing on top of the rooftop and aiming his rifle at Donald Trump is not a small thing. And the fact is, he was seen by so many people and he should have been neutralized then and there, but then the Secret Service didn't do it. So that question somebody has to answer as to what was the delay and why the delay. Well, this is a question which I have, and I hope the American intelligence agencies can answer it. Now, the question rises, gentlemen, what's going to happen in America? Now, we have the news that Kamala Harris is probably going to be the presidential nominee of the Democratic Party and will be confirmed at the Democratic Convention. Earlier, there was some resistance from Obama. He didn't want her, you know. I don't know why he didn't want her, but he didn't want her to become the president. Maybe he was thinking it's a good idea to have Michelle as the president, but then probably he's a very shrewd man. And my way of looking at it is that he's accepted Kamala Harris as the presidential nominee, knowing that she's going to lose. Now, then mark my words. This is important. Knowing that she's going to lose. And in case she loses, then she won't get the nomination back in 28. And that is the time when Trump will not be able to contest for the third term. Michelle Obama could be the Democratic candidate for president. So Obama is playing into deep stakes. I think he's a pretty shrewd man. And he has a tremendous popularity rating even now in America. And he's a good man, highly qualified person. And he's living a luxurious life now. And I think he wouldn't mind one more shot at the presidency, because in case his wife becomes the president in 28, then there's a good chance that Obama will have a big say in what is happening. Well, gentlemen, as far as the present elections are concerned, I think Donald Trump is on steam. There is a modicum of support for him, and I think Kamala Harris looks to be a little weak candidate. And now, looking at astrology, I think Trump has a very strong horoscope. The Raj Yoga is there, and he will be the president of America. I don't know until something untoward happens, but otherwise, I think he's going to be the president of America for 4 years. But I know what's going to achieve in this 4 years, though he's made his priorities very clear. He's going to stop all the wars, number one, in particular the Ukraine war. Stop the funding of weapons and cash for Zelensky. He's made a very wonderful statement. You know, when he said about Zelensky, this man comes to Washington, takes about $60 million, goes back and after a few days asks for another $60 million. So he says, I'm going to stop this. And he's also a man who's looking ahead, and he has really come to the conclusion that America must stop fighting these futile wars, number one. Number two, he wants the countries which are being defended by the Americans to pay for their defense. I think this is a wonderful idea. He wants even Taiwan to pay for its defense against China, and the Western European countries who've been having a ball all the time, you know, that they should pay for their defense. So if that happens, I think the Western European countries are going to be in trouble, because it shows that Donald Trump doesn't have a commitment to the Western Europe to defend them. And he's already gone on record to say that NATO is an obsolete organization. I think after this assassination attempt, he must be feeling now that something is amiss. You know, like Sherlock Holmes used to say to Dr. Watson, Watson, the game is afoot. Well, the game is afoot in America, and nobody knows who's doing what. And the biggest mystery is who organized the assassination attempt on Donald Trump? There's so many questions on that. I think the Americans would like to answer them. And if they are careful, they will see to it that there was something fishy about the whole deal. I have nothing more to say on that. And as far as Trump is concerned, I think he's going to stop the war. And secondly, he is going to take tough action on Iran. He's also going to take tough action on Hamas. Hamas was getting a lot of leeway from the Biden administration. And some of the Democratic leaders behaving in a very churlish manner. I think when Netanyahu had recently come to America on a visit, Kamala Harris didn't meet him, but he did meet Trump. So we are in a very precarious situation as far as America is concerned. The politics is in turmoil there. And then Donald Trump now compounded the election by saying, or rather asking his voters to vote for him and telling them that they will never have to vote again. Now, what does he mean by this? I remember reading a forecast by one of the Indian astrologers, and he said Trump would be the last president of the United States. I mean, this is just a hypothetical thought. I don't know what's going to happen. And it's going to be very difficult for Trump to become a dictator if he decides that he wants to become a dictator. Because what does he mean by he's going to be the last election and telling his voters they won't have to vote again? So he's got something in his mind. I'm not really sure about what's in his mind, you know. But at the same time, he shouldn't count his chickens before they're hatched. Election is still 3 months away, and the military economic complex is backing Kamala Harris, and she's already collected $100 million for her campaign. And one thing is very clear, that she continued with the policies which have been laid down by Clinton, Obama, and Biden. And it's a sad thing that Biden had to pull out, but it's part of the game. I think he's really not fit to lead America forward. Now, as far as coming to Kamala Harris is concerned, I don't think she's going to have much to offer as a president. And she, in my opinion, is a weak candidate against Donald Trump. Donald Trump probably romp home in November if all things are equal. And in that case, it'll be a topsy-turvy situation. Probably it'll be good for India, because Trump is not going to be that severe on India as he's going to be on, say, Pakistan, for example, on China, and on other countries. He's going to be severe on Cuba also. He's going to be severe on Iran. And he's against Islamic terrorism. He's the first American president who referred to Islamic terrorism in his first tenure. So give him his due. He recognizes where the danger is. So India would be happy if Trump comes to power, but then he's the maverick and you shouldn't rely totally on him. But he's going to win, and America is in turmoil. I don't know what's going to happen in America, because if he wins the election and carries out his revolutionary policy, the Western Europe is going to be turning in their graves. They won't know what to do, because they're so much used to the defense by the Americans and so much used to NATO. But then I do feel some of the Western countries' leadership is absolutely, I mean, what I can say them, short-sighted. They don't know what's happening. I think it should be writing should be on the wall after the Ukraine war that Russia cannot be contained. And now, as you all know, Ukraine on its last legs. And if the weapons stop, they're going to surrender. Zelensky probably run away. So it all depends when Trump becomes president. So it's 3 months away. And we'll have to watch and see what happens. At the same time, gentlemen, the East European countries must realize that NATO is not going to defend them anywhere. I can't understand what made the small Baltic states, like Estonia, Latvia, etc., to join NATO, Finland to join NATO. What the hell are they expecting? Are they expecting the Russia is going to attack them and America is going to come on their defense? I think that's a pipe dream. Whether it's Biden or it's anybody, America is not going to do that. The old theory of MAD, that is mutual assured destruction, is no longer relevant. But everybody knows that nobody's going to use nuclear weapons and everything's going to be conventional war. And a conventional war is going on in Ukraine for over 2 years, and nobody used nuclear weapons. So they're not going to use nuclear weapons at all. I don't think they will be used, and that would be perhaps very, very dangerous as far as Ukraine is concerned, if they were used. So gentlemen, don't think anything more to say. I'll say goodbye to you all. Please subscribe to my channel, share with your friends. At the same time, the sum of my present video is clear. Donald Trump is going to win the election. He's going to stop the wars, and he's not going to allow Modi to take any credit for any visit to Kyiv, which he may have planned or would be planning to go. And it would be good if he wins as far as India is concerned, and Kamala Harris would be out as a game being played by Obama, and he's paving the way to make his wife as the presidential nominee of the Democratic Party in 2028. Gentlemen, please subscribe to my video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get some more of my videos. In the meanwhile, I'll say goodbye and God bless. Stay healthy.